Today I'm here with one of University of Alabama's international students, and she's going to tell us about her experience in the United States. So can you tell me your age
I'm 21.
and your name
My name is Luisa Sanchez.
and your grade level?
I'm a senior.
Can you tell me where you are from?
I'm from Mexico, northwestern Mexico, the state of Sonora, but a lot of people don't know where that is, so I have to explain detail. Northwestern.
Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Well, it's in the middle of the desert, and we eat a lot of meat, and it's like a cowboy state, kind of. So there's a lot of cattle everywhere, and I live pretty close to the border too, like 3 hours away.
Okay, Luisa, can you tell me your major?
I'm a journalism major and a digital art minor.
What is digital art? So what will you do with that in your future career?
I was minoring in French, but it got too hard, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
thanks. So I switched it to art because I want to do editorial work, and my dream job is to work for a magazine, well, that's my dream job. Yeah, so I want to do write and do copy editing, but also want to design layout design, magazines and newspapers.
So would you like to work in the United States, or will you like to take your degree you received from the school to go down to Mexico and work there?
Right now I'm not really sure. I'm pretty much open to anything. It really depends on the job. If it's something if I get a really good job offer in Mexico and it's something that I would love to do, of course I would go back. But if I get the same offer from somewhere in the United States, I would love to stay, or from any other country really, Europe or South America. It really depends on the job, so I'm open to any suggestions. I want to do a master's degree, but I don't know if I'm going to do it right away after I graduate, or if I'm going to wait for a little bit and then start. So
How long have you been in the States?
3 years. Yeah, I moved here in 2012 after I graduated high school because of my dad's job. We move a lot, so I've lived in different places before, and we just happened to move to Alabama. So
What does your dad do?
He works for an international company that makes outer parts. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Car parts?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like being in the States?
I like it. Honestly, when I moved here, I didn't feel the culture shock as much, because I grew up really close to the border, so I've been used to coming to the U.S. since I was little. So of course there are some different things about it, but it wasn't as shocking. The culture's not too different.
So did you make frequent trips to the United States as a child and stuff?
Yeah, growing up, especially to go shopping.
Oh, you like shopping here better than at home?
Yeah, it's cheaper. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, I've had a visa since I was a baby. So
Now you mentioned the culture differences. Can you tell me more differences?
In general, or just food?
Yeah.
Well, I guess socially, people are more approachable maybe back home. It's really easy to make friends and get really close to people. And here everyone's really nice, but I guess it takes a little longer to become close with someone and make that bond. But also the food, of course Mexican food is really different from American food. But snacks and junk food and fast food is the same thing basically. We have Doritos and Snickers and Lifesavers.
That's cool.
Same. Yeah.
So is it harder for you to make friends here?
Not really. No, not at all. I remember when I started school on the spring. So I met Kelsey, one of my roommates right now, and yeah, you know her. 2 days after. No, it was 1 day after I moved in, I
Yeah.
It's just been one of my like closest friends. So it hasn't been hard at all for me to like meet people, and I have a lot of friends here, like both like American, like international. So I don't feel lonely at all. So I guess that's good.
So do you gravitate more towards one, like American friends or like the international friends?
Not really. I think I'm pretty like neutral about it
Mhm.
because like all my roommates are American and I get along with them really well. They're my closest friends here and like they're my best friends. And of course I have a lot of international friends, but I feel like my international friends are more like party friends,
Mhm.
I guess. You know, I go out a lot with them, but like when I really want to talk about something like that's important or that's like deep,
Mhm.
I talk to my American friends about it, you know, because we're like super close and they're like my family here. So.
Mhm. So like you said, the food is similar. There are both like Doritos and Snickers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Can you tell me more of the similarities that are in Mexico as well as the States?
We watch the same shows, I guess, like music wise. We listen to the same music, like, you know, pop culture, same thing.
So have you been fluent in English your whole life?
Oh, of course, not my whole life, but I grew up around English since I was like very young.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like movies and TV shows, we were constantly exposed to like, you know, English since we were little. And of course, at school, we start learning English since we were like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like we get like 1 hour per day, maybe like Monday through Friday, and we start from like 0, which is like takes like a while to become like fluent. But I think when you're like middle school, like you can like have like a pretty like fluent conversation. So both my parents really encouraged me to like learn English, but schools like it's like a subject, you know, you have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a requirement for almost every school. Of course, some schools like their English level is better than others and stuff, but every school has like English as a mandatory subject. Public like education, I know here is really good, and like the schools are really nice, like because you get a lot of money from the state. And back home, like we have nice schools too, but most of them are like the private ones.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to like a public school, maybe I'm not talking about like quality of education,
Yes.
but like, you know, how the school looks like, and you know the activities you can like, you know, take for after school. So I think that's very important. Also, college here, I think it's better. But I think it works the same way. Like if it's a private school, then it's gonna be super nice. But if it's a public school, it's gonna be like kind of sketchy, you know, not so good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.